Corporate Recruiter here to review your resumes, and this resume fails before I even begin reading it because they made the most common mistake in a software engineer resume that gets you almost immediately rejected before even reading it. Also, to let everybody know that's not a software engineer, I do more than tech resumes, but right now the tech market is so most of the resumes that are sent to me are tech. So the most critical problem you have in a software engineer is, and this is only for people that are looking for full-time, intern roles are different, is you need to pick a stack or you will fail. Almost every single software engineer role is stack-based. Are there language agnostic roles? Yeah, there are, but they're so rare, and even those people that are manager of those, they still like to see you pick a stack. So this resume fails. Recruiters only have 20 seconds to find what we need. The problem is you did not pick a stack, so what we need is everywhere. So I'm going to pick one for you. This is a backend Python engineer. I'm going to be judging this as if this was a backend Python engineer because I see Python right off the bat. So maybe it is, maybe it's not, but we need 75% of these to move you forward, or else you will get rejected. So Python, SQL, any of them, Docker, Cloud, and if you were going for GCP, you need to put Google Cloud Platform and then in parentheses GCP. Then we need, let's see, this is RESTful APIs, REST APIs, Git, CI/CD, and then you need to either pick full stack Python, which I know, a little bit weird, or AI. And then for AI, it's usually going to be agentic. Primarily, if you have multi-agent systems, it will be even better. They really, really like multi-agent systems. Then a nice to have is Fast API, Flask, Django, and Rare. So this is on some job descriptions, but not a ton of them. ETL, Java, Auth2, I can never say that, MongoDB, microservices, and architecture. So recruiters and hiring managers only have 20 seconds to find what we need. So can we find them in 20 seconds? No, probably not. This person has a 150 to 1, which is a terrible ratio, and that is how you know how good the resume is. Ideally, a good resume should be getting more interviews. It should be getting a minimum of 1 interview per 50 applications. A minimum. Ideally, usually after my advice, it goes to 7 applications to 1 interview. Internationals are a little bit towards 1 in 30 because it's just tougher for internationals. So this is a terrible resume, but can I find some of this? We'll see. 20 seconds and go. Can't use anything here. Where's your education? MS degree. Okay, good. Then we go down here. Can't use anything here. Developed a Python. Okay, good. In Linux. We're handling. Don't care. That part I do care. Backed APIs. Not the right kind. And time. That's it. That person has already failed. All right. So looking for a software engineer job since 6 months now, but have only gotten 5 to 6 interviews. That's not good. So, is this the worst resume ever? No. I mean, it is a garbage resume, but I've seen worse. But the fact that they're getting at least some interviews is at least good. So here's how to make it so you get more than 1 interview per month, because you should be getting a minimum of 1 interview per week, because that should be you apply to 50 applications a week, so you get 1 interview per week. So first things first. Summaries do not matter. Do not put them. The only time you ever want to put anything in this section up here is if you are relocating, because relocating is a red flag and you have to explain it. Explaining a visa, or alternatively switching industries. And I mean switching industries from being like a croissant baker to a wind turbine farmer, right? That level of switching. If you're just starting, it's fine. You don't need it. So, no skill sections, no summary. Those don't matter. Those should be completely deleted from your resume. You need to have your education up there. What your resume should look like, and what gets people a 1 in 7, although I will first off say bullet points are more important than formatting, is this. This is how the formatting you want. This is how you do it. It is in the link below. It is free. So your first question is, Lee, why? Why did you X out all of this? And the answer to that is, it's because what a keyword is and what a qualification is and what a recruiter is actually looking for. And hiring team in general. All of my advice is for both hiring managers and recruiters. I don't think it's valuable to give you just recruiting advice. So, a qualification is a keyword, plus how you used it, plus the reason or result of you using it, plus where you used it. So what a keyword is a skill that the hiring team needs. In this case, Python, Cloud, SQL. Sometimes it's a soft skill as well, so that could be like explaining complex topics to non-technical stakeholders. That is a soft skill. That would be considered a keyword, which recruiters don't call it, but y'all do, and I want to make sure it makes sense to y'all. So that is a keyword. That is a skill. I need 75% of those. But remember, I'm not looking for 75% of just keywords. I'm looking for 75% of qualifications. And a qualification is a keyword plus how you used it, which this person actually kind of did, and plus the reason or result of you using it that is not a number unless you're in sales or a manager, and where you used it. And the problem is a summary could tell us how you did it and the reason or result of it, but it does not tell us where you used it, so thus it is irrelevant and can be destroyed. Then a skills section, again, tells us what a keyword is. That's great. These are the stuff that we need. That is correct. The problem is it does not tell me how you used it, doesn't tell me the reason or result, and it does not tell me where. Some people even try to write out like keywords and stuff here. No, it doesn't matter. You need to have them in the bullet points. So that is why this section does not matter and why you're struggling. And again, also, you need to pick a stack. So then we go down to the bullet points themselves, and again, the formatting is awful. Nothing here should be bolded. This is the only thing that should be bolded in your resume is this, and if you have a project section as well, then project section. But that is it. Those are the only things that should be bolded in your resume. And the bullet points are also, they're actually not the worst. Like, this is the entire reason you've gotten interviews, is these are not the worst bullet points. So developed Python-based backend services on Linux system is pretty good, right? That's actually kind of good. That's what I want. Using, I don't want to see handling. I don't care how much you handle. That's irrelevant. Blah, blah, blah. Don't care about using Fast API and PostgreSQL. Again, that is good. You tell me what, you tell me how, which is you used Fast API and SQL. In this case, the what and the how are the same thing. But you didn't really tell me the reason or result. Like, why did you do it? That's the thing I need to know next. And then that would be an actual good bullet point. Then we go down here. Built an optimized data-based API. Cool. I don't care about APIs entirely because you kind of have them up here, which is good. I care about RESTful APIs as well. So where is the RESTful APIs? And then the rest of this indexing and caching, that's not related to this. I don't care about that. And again, it's not just a recruiter, it's the hiring manager. So this entire sentence is worthless. Then we go down here. Implemented monitoring dashboards using Grafana. Nothing there is something I need. Then we go down here. Maintain backend services using Python, Java. Good. Very good. Supporting a cloud-based application. What cloud application? Was it AWS? I don't know. Was it GCP? I don't know. Was it Azure? I don't know. You did not tell me. You need to tell me. Right idea, though. Processing 50K daily transactions. Don't care about the number. What was the importance of it? I don't know. You didn't tell me. But the first part of the sentence was good. Worked extensively. Don't say extensively. Just say worked with PostgreSQL and MySQL database. You only need one of those. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to take PostgreSQL, but it's fine. Database optimizing performance reliability. Okay, but I need more. I need 3 keywords per sentence at a minimum. Maximum of 6. Deployed and operated service on AWS. Okay, good. There we go. EC2 S3 Lambda using Docker-based workflow and infrastructure. Great. What was the importance of it? Why did you do it? I don't know. You didn't tell me. So that is the problem with this. And why you are getting some interviews is because the core tenets of a lot of these sentences are, you do tell me what, which is good, and you do tell me how, which is good, but you're missing the reason or result. And some of the times you're missing the right what. But overall, those are the things you need to change, and then you can actually get like a 1 in 7. Unless you're an international, then your goal should be a 1 in 30. Because right now, 6 months and 5 to 6 interviews is bad. So, is this the worst resume I've ever seen in my life? No. Is it the most garbage resume I've ever seen on this channel? Not by a long shot, but it is bad, and those are the things that you can do to improve it. And if you ever need more help, you can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/AtlasHeadhunter. And I wanted to thank you all for watching, liking, commenting, sharing this with your friends and family. I am a small creator, and this really, really, really does help me out because I don't understand the algorithm, y'all. And for everyone who is a member of my YouTube channel, which you can join in the link below, you get access to these videos a little bit early. Thank you. Really, I do appreciate it. Like, thank you so much. It means so much for me. Just the fact that you are enjoying the content enough that you are willing to become a member. So thank you, and let's go to the next resume. This is, I stopped doing this. I don't know. You said web developer. The thing is, web developer could be a front end developer, and I believe that is what you meant. Is web developer, front end developer, which is the most common version of that. But you could also have meant something else. You need to be very specific with your job titles. Job titles are critically important to, well, everything a parting of the job search. You need to be sure. Even if a job title sounds like it could be another job title, you need to break down your resume based on an individual one, and I need to be able to find it. So I am assuming this is a front-end developer. So for front-end developer, we need JavaScript, React, Angular, HTML, CSS, and PHP. I don't know why. I see it a lot. I don't make these. I just know what people are looking for. Why they want PHP for front-end dev, not my place to question, but they do. Next.js, SQL, any of the SQL should work. Scrum, Agile, RESTful APIs, SEO, Git, CLCD, Node.js, 0 to 1. Communicate with stakeholders needs into a product, and a bonus for extra language, cloud, UI, UX, SaaS, TypeScript, WordPress, mobile, and GraphQL. So this person says they have a, what is their ratio? 1 in 50? I don't know if that's right. They said, I am open to any software development role and applying quite liberally to software development roles. Okay, so I don't know if this is actually a 1 in 50. It might be, but sometimes people randomly put in stuff because they think it doesn't matter. It matters. I need you to be honest with me. Like, I am not your recruiter, but I am helping you, and you need to tell me the truth. If you are submitting 50 applications and you're getting one interview, please tell me. If you've only submitted 50 applications in 7 months, please tell me. Because the more information you tell me, the more it can help you. So, 20 seconds on the clock, not 1919. I don't know why that was there. And can I find it in 20 seconds? Maybe. And go. Okay, where's your degree? Okay, there it is. Developed a 3D first-person shooter. What? Okay. C# is kind of nice, but again, no, I don't care about that because we're looking for front end. Learning algorithm. Okay, there's nothing there. Okay, nothing there. There it is. There's the first one. Okay, the 3JS was for graphic API. Okay, good. And declined. All right. So you actually, all right, people want me to show these. Sorry, I'm going to try to learn how to do this. This is new. All right, so I guess red is bad, so we're going to red this. I don't know. This is already highlighted for some reason. So first off, your education is related, so you should have it. Second off, if you've already got your degree in computer science, don't give me... Right, okay, so this is bad. Don't give me this degree because it's not really related, so that's not as important. Also, again, please use better formatting. Use this formatting. Oh my god, please, 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 please. This is really hard to read. Second off, your first sentence is bad. Your second sentence is bad. Your third sentence is bad. Your fourth is actually pretty good. So, nothing here is related to being a front-end developer. Remember, you have to pick a stack. You have to pick a stack. So nothing here is related to doing that. And then we get down to here, and this is actually a pretty solid one, right? Designed, developed, and deployed a 3D space shooter game using JavaScript, HTML, CSS. Good, good. That alone might be getting you interviews. That alone might be getting you interviews. So the 3JS library, I don't think I've ever seen anybody state that before. I don't think that's a requirement. Was used for its graphics API. Okay, good. Allowing me to focus on building the application. That's fine. Again, I don't care about Superbase. Everybody puts Superbase in. It's not Nicki Minaj. Just stop. Don't put Superbase. I need this stuff. So, like, again, my problem with this is, despite that one good sentence, is you gave me both basically nothing I needed. Right? Like, I don't really care that you've done a reinforced learning algorithm. I don't really care that you've provided a more challenging experience to the player. I care that you've used JavaScript, HTML, CSS, which is good, you put it in. I care that you used React, Angular, PHP, Next.js, SQL, Scrum, Agile, RESTful APIs, SEO, Git, CLCD, Node.js, 0 to 1, communicated with stakeholders. Those are the things I actually care about. You don't need all of those. You need 75% of those, but I just don't see it. So again, you need to fix this by fixing your formatting and creating bullet points that are actually related. And there is one thing I want to make sure you do, which you should not ever do, or that you are doing what you are, is you say, I learned. Never, ever, ever in your resume say how you learned something. Say how you did something. All right? Never, ever, ever, ever say learned. Always say how you did. Let's go to the next resume. This is a full stack software engineer. Thank you so much for telling me what you are. This makes it so much easier. So for full stack, what we need is degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, React or React.js, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, SQL or NoSQL. Or the last time I misspoke, I said Node SQL, which is not a thing, but maybe it will be in the next year. Who knows? RESTful APIs or REST APIs, cloud. And if you say GCP, I do need you to put Google Cloud Platform and then in parentheses GCP. And then for the rest of it, write GCP. CI/CD, Git, .NET or Python or Java, and bonus points for all that good stuff. So this person has a 150-1, which is not good. I think this is their updated one that they've been sending me. So let me see what they have. So 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see if this is good or bad. And go. Okay. Good. That. Do I have a degree? Education. Okay. Not related. That's fine. So we put it down there. Development, architecture, with own feature. Okay. Good. CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, React. Okay. Good. I need cloud. Okay. I need a little bit more, but I manage backend infrastructure, AWS, Node, Python, GraphQL. These are way too big bullet points. You want these 3 minimum, and there's a little extraneous stuff. Integration, circus, and okay. So there are definitely some flaws with this. It's not complete, and it's a little too yappy. And there's way too much information that's not relevant, which I understand is hypocritical considering what I do all the time, but that is the case. So this is my resume. I've been applying since August. It is now February. Over 1,000 apps. I think my resumes have gone through a few iterations. You've already reviewed one before. Most interviews have come through referrals. Very, very few for your cold applications. Looking for full stack or front end, TypeScript, React, Node.js. No Python, no Java, no C++. Okay, so that will be a bit of an issue. It might be you want to move it to more front end than full stack because you do need usually at least a back end language, and unless you have like C# or .NET, you might have a problem. But let me go through what is and is not an issue. So first off, again, there's nothing you can do to fix this. There's nothing you can do to fix this, but this will affect your chances, just to be clear. If you have a bachelor's degree in computer science, it will always look better than not having one, especially in this day and age. So that is the first thing I did want to note. The next thing is, that is fine that you did not tell me this. You actually can kind of combine these. You can just say U.S. resident or green card holder or U.S. permanent resident in wherever you are, who is fluent in English and Dutch and proficient in German. Remember, there's a little bit too much here, right? You have a tendency here to yap a little bit too much, which again is hypocritical of me, but whatever. So again, English, Dutch, proficient in German is fine. Then we go down here, and it's not bad. Your first sentence is not terrible. The problem is, they don't really care about resulting in a centralized and scalable system for online course registration. Like, you could just say developed and architected, okay, I would say architected a booking platform, right? Using, again, you don't need to do all this other extra stuff. So a booking platform using da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and I would cut out either React or Next.js, and then keep AWS, because again, you want 6 keywords maximum. Let's see, keywords maximum, resulting in a scalable system for our course registration, right? For our course registration. So again, this is the stuff that is actually important. Already shrinks it down. Then down here, this is just too long. Manage backend infrastructure microservice on AWS. Again, you already stated AWS up top here. You don't want to do it twice. So here's the thing. Mentioning AWS here, good. Mentioning it here, which is in the same job, bad. Going down here, and let's say hypothetically you did mention it again here, right? WordPress is now AWS. That's a rule now. Good. So you want to make sure that you mention it once per job, right? if you mention it in each job, that's good, but once per job. Otherwise, you're just repeating stuff. So, oh, here's your Python. Wait, didn't you say no Python? What? What? All right. Anyway, so okay. So manage backend information using Python. This is actually really good. In fact, if anything, I would sort of switch around these sentences. I really like these. I think you need to combine these sentences. No, you need to combine these. These are too long on their own. These are ones you need to combine. Because I want you to say architected a booking system using Python, let's say HTML, Python, TypeScript, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and on an AWS environment, and then put all of the node stuff in the next one. And then the next one, you can also have RESTful APIs as well. Because this is also way too long. Remember, you want 6 maximum. I'm not even sure where to cut it, but this is way too long. So this could probably be done in like 2 bullet points, 2 lines max. Automated continuous integration deployment pipelines. Okay, good. The problem is nothing else is here that I need. Using Circle, don't care, and Docker, I do care. Again, you need to tell me a little bit more. And again, you can just say CI/CD. CI/CD is one of those few that you can actually just put CI/CD and you don't have to write it fully out. And again, I think you can combine it. Implement it, and nothing here is needed in this sentence. There's nothing here that is relevant. Let the implementation design a Figma, Tailwind, Storybook. Yeah, again, nothing here is relevant, can be deleted. Architect, again, not needed. React Native app and Android and iOS could be very niche keywords, so again, I would keep those. So this sentence, pretty solid, actually really like. Boom, good sentence. Worked in an agile environment, good, keep. Provided mentorship juniors, very good, like it. You want to tell me, though, what you did it in. So what were those code reviews in? You say like in Python and JavaScript or whatever, but otherwise that is good. Automated developer, and this is bad. There's nothing here in this sentence that I actually need. So once you fix those, your resume should have a lot better chance, because right now it's just too much and they're missing what they... Well, they're missing it, quite frankly. Like, I actually had that problem where I missed this, because this is really 4 to 5 solid bullet points that you have done, that you have elongated into, like, 8 bullet points entirely. So, combine the first and the second, split off into the actual second bullet point, where I have CSCD and the rest of the stuff you couldn't fit in, and then keep these bullet points the same. Actually, like I said, I like these. And then for this one, you just need to add... again, like what you did it in that code review. And you should have a much higher ratio, because right now there's just too much. They're not going to find it. Next resume. This is a software engineer intern. What we need for an intern, not just software engineer, is honestly only going to be 4 things. For bachelors, for masters and PhD, they need a little bit more, but we need to see a basic understanding of your industry, which in this case is going to be, for software engineer, a stack. So it doesn't really matter what stack you pick, just as long as I see you have a stack. Probably want to see SQL, maybe AWS if you have it, although that's sometimes rare, and a smidge of AI. So tech stack, SQL, RESTful APIs, should have added that, and a little bit of AI, and if you can, some kind of cloud. Not every intern can get cloud, and that's fine. And then I need to see that you are currently enrolled in school, so your degree, and I also need to see that you can work well together with others and take direction and criticism. That is critical, because the fact is, this is your first possibly full-time, or not full-time, like real corporate job, and they want to make sure that you don't crash out if they tell you, hey, your code is bad, this is how you need to fix it. So I'm not even joking. That's like a critical thing that so many interns miss. So that's it. That's all I need. 20 seconds on the clock. This person has an unknown ratio, so we do not know how good or bad it is. And go. Okay, formatting is bad. Oh, that's actually good. Develop new storefronts, improve infrastructure. Don't care. Reduce CSV pipeline. Don't care. Don't care. Developed an interview page, Spring Boot. Okay, it's kind of okay. Where's the basic tech stack? Spring Boot, TypeScript, okay, and that's it. Decline. Okay. So yeah, they have some of the tech stack, but they don't show me how they worked well together with others. and they took direction and criticism. Remember, I need 75% of that to move forward. And the fact that you only have 2, which is the degree, and I'm even going to be like, honestly, don't even think you fully show the tech stack. I really want the basics here. That's what the purpose of a resume is. So you barely even meet 50%. So I'm coming back from school from an 8-month T2 company software engineering internship. Cool. I will be a sophomore, but I'm trying to get back at some big tech. Please see my guide to make this better so I can land more interviews. Yeah, so first off, again, this is not like a garbage delete it all resume, you know. First off, your formatting is bad. Use this formatting. Please. You need to use this formatting. Second, this is actually good. This is something an intern would want to have, so keep this on, although this should be 1 line, and I do not care about your relevant coursework. Relevant coursework is never relevant. But, again, the scholarship is pretty nice, so this should just be 2 lines. Then we go down to your bullet points, and they are way too technical, bro. Like, way, way too technical. In fact, if you this actually happens to a lot of interns, is they have very good projects, and then they finally get their like real good internship, and then they fill it with junk. Now, you did not fill it completely with junk, but most of this is way too complicated for what they're looking for. Ain't nobody's looking for an intern that can reduce CI pipeline time by 80%, 25 minutes to 5 minutes per PR. What is that? Nobody cares, right? They don't have the time to look at that. So I don't want to see that at all. Like, that's not native. That's not relevant. This is not relevant. Node.js is. Using ATS. Oh, AST. Dyslexia. So again, I you know what I want you to say? I want you to say, yeah, well, actually, what did you do, right? Created a infrastructure, like a software infrastructure using Java, which I see down here, TypeScript, I think I saw SQL somewhere, Vue, and Spring Boot APIs. That alone would be an definitively better sentence, and then you tell me the reason and result you did that. And then the next one is, I need to see how you work together as a team, right? Now, I need you to see met weekly with the hiring manager, or met weekly with the lead engineers, where they would go over my code, make criticisms of the code so that I could fix it before the next meeting. That is literally all I need, and that would be so much better. Because, again, teaching students is good. Actually, here we go. I didn't even get to this part. This is actually a good one of working together with others. I still want to see that you can take criticism, but teaching kids, considering I have done this before, and anybody that knows this, is if you can teach kids, especially at that age stuff, you're pretty good at working with other people. They will try your patience, but I still want to see how you worked with others. So, again, your problem is you had some pretty solid bullet points down here. I know JS, MySQL, OpenAI, that's good. And then you kind of ruined them by doing all this braggy stuff. Like, remember, the goal is not to brag. I understand a lot of fake people tell you need to, like, stand out. And I will tell you this, you don't want to stand out in the resume. If you stand out in the resume, you will get rejected. The goal is to stand out in the interview. You need to stand out in the interview. But in the resume, you need to fit in. And this does not show me too much stuff because it reads too much technical jargon, too much impressive stuff that they're not actually going to find the bare basic minimums that they need, which is why they're not going to move you forward. So do I think this person is never going to have an internship with a resume like this? No, not at all. But, like, you know, again, there's a difference between applying to 20 jobs and getting 1 interview and applying to 120 jobs and getting 1 interview. And I'm trying to make you go for the former rather than the later. So this will get some interviews because you have the basics of here. If they're able to read all the way down to the coding instructor, they will like that. And your scholarship is nice and is an example of a brag that is actually impactful and you can show. But the rest of it is bad, and if you fix that, your ratio will be much, much improved. So, next, resume. This is a full-stack software engineer. So I guess this entire episode is is software engineers. I do non-software engineers. I swear to you all. It's just, again, the tech market is cooked, as the kids say. So most of them that are sent to me are tech. I have done non-tech. So what we need for a full stack is, we've already done it this episode, so you already know, so I don't have to repeat it. Cool. All right, there we go. So 20 seconds on the clock. And what is this person's ratio? This is a, where is it? Bad resume because it's getting over 100. It takes them over 150 applications to get an interview. So 20 seconds on the clock. And let me do my highlighter so people can read it. And go. Okay. What? There's so many. Why do you need all of this? Okay, you don't need all of that. You need like half of that. Engineered event-driven backend solutions using Node.js. Okay, good. Express.js. Okay, TypeScript and Nest.js. I don't think I care too much about Nest, do I? No. Events with Kafka and AWS services. Don't care about that as much for Ruby and latency. Okay. Modernize customer facing with React.js and JavaScript to CSS HTML. Okay, good. Increasing Lighthouse scores. And what is Lighthouse scores? I don't care. All right. So there's not actually that terrible. Some of these, it's not great. Let me read what this person wrote. Maybe that will give me some context. Not getting interviews. Applied to close to 1,000 jobs in both the US and Canada. Don't require. Okay. Oh, is that why? Yeah, that's why. Apply to close to 1,000 jobs in both the U.S. and Canada. Don't require sponsorship due to the TN. Do they know that? Do they know that? Do they know that that means that? So here's what we need you to do. First off, if you are relocating for a role, right? If you're planning or the ability you need to relocate, under here, right? You're going to make another little line, and it's going to be right here. You're going to need to say moving to X by Y date, can move earlier if needed, because relocating is a red flag. It sucks. You know what? I would say it's a very, very deep yellow that could be red, could be yellow, depending on the person. But it's very, very bad to put. But if you put that you are already moving to that location, cool, there's no problem. They don't really care. Second off, you say no visa sponsorship required. Cool. There's a lot of people that say that, and they need sponsorship. There's a lot of people that lie about that. You're going to need to say, as I am on a TN visa, it's like a handshake at the border, and you don't need to do anything. Right? You need to tell them that. Because there is a massive difference between an OPT, which technically doesn't require sponsorship, and a TN visa, which also does not really require as much sponsorship. There's a massive difference between those two. And what you can and cannot work with on a company's internal factor on these, it's really, really, really going to depend on a lot of factors. It's like immigration is a nightmare in this country. We really need to overhaul the system because it's not fair to anyone, anywhere. It's a real bad process, having done it a lot. It is not fair to the people applying. It is not fair to the people going through with it. It needs to be a lot more just for those people. So, because I feel like we sell them a fake dream and then they come here and then, oh, nope, sorry, can't hire you because of this stuff, which I really don't like. So, that's something that needs to be fixed. So right here already, Canadian, cool, they may not know that. Now, obviously, that's not going to care about in Canada. You're a Canadian citizen, who cares? So then down here, you have way too many experiences. Although I will say most of the problems you're going to find is really the fact that you're relocating and you don't state what type of visa it is. So, because like you also say UK here. So cool. Canadians may not even know you're able to work in Canada. So, and then here, I don't care that you're an electrical engineer, right? That's not related to a lot of this. I don't think there is a single software engineer role that I have found that requires you to have an electrical engineering role, or that is relevant to an electrical engineer. So I don't think you want to include this. Second off, it's okay to have these certs up here, the AWS, but you should combine these into one, right? Just say certified AWS and Azure AZ 204 to 305 active. Right? That's all, because right now this is way too long. Again, use this formatting. It's better. Then we go down to here, and these are not terrible bullet points, actually. Engineered event-driven solutions, but problem is I don't know why you did that. Like, what was the point of that? Using Node.js Express TypeScript is fine, but, like, and AWS is good. I would really switch these, because remember, if you're going for full stack, JavaScript, HTML, CSS is the best one. In fact, I would combine these. I'm going to not say switch. You need to move these into one big sentence that is, say, modernize or fixed. Let's see, what is it? Created a customer-facing backend and front end using JavaScript, HTML, CSS, TypeScript, and Node.js in an AWS environment to help our customers out. And then down here, it's actually fine. I like the second one. That's a pretty solid sentence, or I guess the third sentence. So this one is good. Migrate any units for cucumber. Don't care. There's nothing here that is relevant. This entire sentence can be removed because you already mentioned JavaScript earlier. Champion agile practices. Again, it's not bad that you mentioned agile, but you cannot have an entire sentence for agile. You need to mix this up within one of your other sentences. Translated technical competencies to clear roadmaps, influence stakeholders to secure buy. That's actually good. I like that one. Reduce technical debt. Don't care. So again, you have half of these are good, half of these are bad, and you don't even show that you may or may not be able to work in the area that you're doing it, which is a pretty big issue. So that is the problem. Fix, first off, the relocation. That is a massive red flag. Second off, I don't know what you are in the visa thing, but you need to make it clear because, like, there are so many different types of visas and they're so different. Recruiters may or may not know what you can actually do with that. Like, I was one of the people that people came to for immigration issues because I knew the most. And even then, I think I rarely did any of the Canadian ones. It was primarily like H-1Bs, OPTs, and there's some others. And usually, the real secret to being a recruiter and knowing about like that is you have a lawyer on speed dial. That's like the real secret, is your company has a lawyer. Because half of that would be like, time for the lawyer. That's really it. So that's all I can do for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. And if you ever need more help, you can join me on my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlesshheadhunter. And I wanted to give a special shout out to my members. Thank you very much. If anybody wants to join, you get access to videos a little bit early. The link is in below. And, again, thank you for supporting me as a small channel. I really do appreciate it. So thank you very much. And with that said, I will see you all in the next video.